Blessed ones of the nations of the world, one more time, thus is your brother Dan Moses, or say Yausakodier of TRC, Ghana, coming to you this 24th of September 2024, Tuesday, with another recording of our expose, Testimony New World Disorder special series, taking back our franchise and our nation, expose part 7. But before we begin, we want to welcome each other by saying Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Nganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome. Cool, so, the world to San Yusenyo, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, oh, San de Zua, Enquang de Hena, Mitas, Duburo, Pezalova, Bine Ivinit, Barigalus, Vitaiche, Ayubon, Dobriroya, welcome, Stan, Hozot, Walan, Anuman, bienvenido, Namaste, Swagitam, Kus, Ahmadid, Baruch, Haba, Marhaba, Huang Yong Haminida, Huang Ying, Nyejeko, Anyamime, Nyejeko, Wezolo, Novio, Mia, Wezo, Akwaba to the program. Testimony New World Disorder. Testimony New World Disorder, as we know, is the program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and willful lies that are made up by some of the very people that we trust today for humanity and the nations of the world. Yet for almost 2 decades now, in worship of the extremely dangerous U.S. undercover agent, Daniel Jezebel Babylon Caesar, have dealt with humanity by deception, delusion, and willful lies. And they have brought humanity into the total helplessness with the evil minds behind this global evil against humanity being in Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his cronies, being in America, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris, their cronies. They created this problem, and together with their cronies within the office of the UN Secretary General and Ban Ki-moon, down to Antonio Guterres, having exploited humanity and the plight of humanity, bringing us into this total helplessness. Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. We shall see this expose, God willing, tomorrow about the 5th of September. Pentagon, the ICC, Hague, America, Ghana. We want to tell the terrorist, anti-Semite, cowardly secret killer, Paco, and the state-sponsored terrorist of Adan Kopi, who are behind the plight of humanity, who are working to rob the American people and humanity and Ghanaian people of our franchise at the 2024 elections. That we know they live by the philosophy of they knowing nothing beside the continuation of their terrorism against their victims until their victims come to accept terrorism from them as a norm. But we want to tell them that as human animals as they are, Israel, we tell them that as human animals that Paco of Adan Kopi and the state-sponsored terrorists, this new terrorists, anti-Semites of Adan Kopi, think that there is no law in the human world that applies to them. We are also prepared to stand with the Ghanaian people, the American people, humanity, and the nations of the world, to let them know that their life is not important than the life of His Excellency Benjamin Netanyahu, which is under assassination threat. Their lives are not important than the many Israeli lives that were taken captive as a result of their terrorism in operation in Ghana. Their lives are not important than the life of the people in Israel and Palestine, Gaza, that are suffering because of them. Their lives are not important than their life. Their lives are not important than the life of the Iranian president, Ibrahim Morsi. Their lives are not important than his life. Their lives are not important than the life of His Excellency Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan. Their lives are not important than the life of His Excellency John Evans Fifi Atamios. Their lives are not important than the life of the President of Haiti. And their lives are not important than the Japanese Prime Minister, His Excellency Shinzo Abe. Their lives are not important than fellow human beings whom their terrorism has cost they have killed and they have destroyed their lives. Therefore, it is time for the entire human race, Israel, Palestine, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Russia, China, India, America, Ghana, the entire human race to arise and descend on them and destroy their life in totality from the human world before they destroy the human race. This is our mission, and we must do it because they are more dangerous than Al Qaeda, ISIS, Hamas, Boko Haram, any terror organization that has ever existed. They are more dangerous than them because every terror organization, when they have perpetrated any terror act, they admit to their terrorism. But the state-sponsored terrorists of Adan Kopi, state-sponsored terrorists of the anti-Semites, the new terrorists of Adan Kopi, they have no conscience. All they know is money, mansions, cars, business opportunities, and the opportunity to giving them to further their education at the expense of the blood of humanity. But we want to tell them that they are not important than our lives. And we will not let them continue killing Ghanaians and killing my family members, killing the innocent for money, mansions, cars, and general reward. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. Humanity, yes, they have helped us to give us an opportunity by their terrorism. We want to announce to us that from this day forward, at least twice every week, we shall receive expose, and as often as God gives us the grace, because we want to let the American people understand that it is the new terrorists of the Adan Kopi who are being used to rob them of their franchise, and the new terrorists of Adan being used to rob them of their franchise in Ghana at the 2024 election, and they should not yield. We must resist. Akwaba to the program, Testimony in World Humanity. Being that this very issue created by the extremely dangerous US undercover agent and his cronies, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and all of them, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the traitors in Ghana. And it was because their set-up marriage was in December of 2006. By September of 2007, they have exploited this issue and crashed the New York Stock Exchange. Now, what they had to do next is to capitalize on our situation, our plight, the plight of humanity, the plight of my my innocent life, and exploit the fact that I was tilted towards Barack Obama in the 2008 national election of America, and impose Barack Obama on the throne of Americans as a way to give Barack Obama the opportunity, being that I tilted towards him in that elections, so that he would take the responsibility to get the problem addressed. But Ghana and the nations of the world, as dangerous as the tribalist of Ghana, and as racist as Barack Obama is, an opportunist, Barack Obama, when God, by me, made him the President of America, in January of 2019, when he was inducted as the first person of color to be the President of America, the strategy he used is the undercover agent, for them to cover up the shame that he had had a child for me, Elizabeth Sarkozy, to cover up her shame, and that it was not a planned thing. So they must orchestrate and get another child. Meanwhile, the issue had been a diplomatic and political issue between the government of Ghana, the US government and the United, and were finding diplomatic means as to how to get it solved. So Barack Obama capitalized on that. And then what they had to do was teach, after having trained the undercover agent in deception, delusion, and seduction tactics, have to let her use ugly seduction tactics and get pregnant for me one more time. While Barack Obama, in May of 2009, shot a space shuttle from the Boston space station to make sure that he was exploiting this situation, compound the problem of America, the problem of Ghana, to make sure that this problem is never solved. It gets worse, and that the traitors within the office of the UN, Ban Ki-moon and his cronies, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his cronies, my enemies, there are haters, continue to exploit this situation for their diplomatic, their political, and their political dynasty seeking advantage. Barack Obama shot a space shuttle from Boston space station into space. Let's go search it out. That the space shuttle take over the surveillance of my family. The terror that is used for the terror, torture, and persecution against me. At the same time, Barack Obama, the smart aleck, quickly took a flight. 2 months after he has compounded the problem, made a fool of the United Nations, when we have given him the opportunity to become the president of America, take a flight to Ghana. He is from Kenya. He never went to Kenya. The very first nation when Barack Obama became that he traveled to in Africa, if not the world, was Ghana. Why? Because of how he became president, through the setup marriage of this extremely dangerous US undercover agent and I. And the problem, the number one issue that was confronting America and the human race, which was being managed, suppressed by the office of the US Secretary General and political stakes in Ghana and in America. So, while Barack Obama was trying to give impression to the United Nations and nations of the world, the Hillary Clintons and the Joe Bidens, they wanted to give impression to the nations of the world that, okay, they are taking over the mandate in America at the expense of the franchise of the American people. But they are sending Barack Obama to Ghana to come seek how best the problem solving will take effect. But meanwhile, in the month of May, Barack Obama was in Ghana in July of 2009. 2 months before he came down, they have already made up their mind that the problem should never be solved, it should be worsened. They have satellited, space shuttled the problem into space to destroy the lives of Ghanaians and to destroy the life of my family members. And they have gotten us killed. Now, America and the nations of the world are back to the program Testimony New World Disorder. I want us to understand, America, Ghana, to understand that this very issue that we have, that we are that has confronted us for almost 2 decades now, the U.S. government, the government of Ghana, the United Nations, they are all aware that it is what has been impacting the U.S. elections from 2008 up to this very day. And the Ghanaian people and the American people are played continuously at the expense of their franchise. America, let me tell us, we have come to a resolve. Ghana, we have come to a resolve that we will not let the politicians of Ghana and America take us for granted anymore. Enough of the killing on the nations of the world leaders because of their evil pursuit. Enough of the secret disenfranchising of the American and the Ghanaian people since 2008. We will not take it anymore. Ghana, let's hear this. Because they wanted to cover up their shame, they made the undercover agent got pregnant for me one more time. My firstborn child, Elizabeth, he was born before Barack Obama became president on 4th March 2008. So Barack Obama took office and they had to use seduction tactics to get another pregnant for me, to let it as though I'm interested in the marriage and the marriage is a genuine marriage, while they were using the US Embassy, Ghana Embassy, Washington DC, and the diplomatic state, political states, to let African, it's okay, they are playing, we are trying to solve the problem, there's no need to the marriage to be dissolved, exploiting my family in New Jersey. to advance that cause, while they have made up their mind that they will assassinate the African and kill my people. Humanity. So when we go to Bronx, New York, America, Bronx, New York, we will see the terror counterpart of the extremely dangerous U.S. undercover agent. They are called Shirley Akwando and Ato Akwando. When the cover of the undercover agent got blown, and they had to let her get pregnant for me and have a child to cover up their shame, because the Ato Akwando and Shirley Akwando, they know that they are the epitome of the setup marriage. They also got pregnant for themselves. And Ato Akwando and Shirley Akwando, the chief brain behind the setup marriage, had a child in 2008 called Casey. They had a child called Jende, a girl child called Jende. And then, when Barack Obama had taken office in 2008 downwards, and they played the people of Ghana, they have shot space hustle into space, and they were using seduction to let her get pregnant for me, while they fooled the people of Ghana. They made Ato Akwando and Shirley Akwando also get pregnant. That is why. And my second born child was born on the 14th of August 2009. Just months after Barack Obama came to Ghana to make a fool of the Ghanaian people. The age difference between my firstborn child and my second-born child, Elizabeth and Grace, is the secret code of the undercover agent, 17 months. The same age difference between Casey and Jende and their second-born, Casey, is the same 17 code. Were we on the same sex schedule? Were we living in the same house? That is how dangerous the extremely dangerous U.S. undercover agent is. America, Ghana, and the nations of the world, they want to push us beyond limit. Pentagon, ICC Hague, humanity and the nations, it is time for us to destroy in totality the new terrorist of Ghana, the anti-Semite. The mission is not complete. If we go after Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Boko Haram, and destroy them, destroy Hamas, and not destroy the root cause of the problem that humanity is facing, the new terrorist of Anakope, the anti-Semite, and the state-sponsored terrorists. Ghana, as fraudulent as the 2020 national elections of Ghana was, that the US government was aware, the government of Ghana was aware, the Supreme Court of Ghana was aware, the forces in America within the United, they were aware that Ghana was played, and the elections was rigged. So the political party of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, knowing that they have been rigged, they have been robbed, was pushing for the case to go for the election result to go for to the Supreme Court of Ghana for them to decide on the fraudulent elections. America and the nations of the world, because the government of Ghana, the state of Ghana, the US government, the state of America, because the traitors within the United, they know that the elections were a fraud, and the Supreme Court hearing on the elections, 2020 elections, was just a ploy to make a fool of the Ghanaian people. You know what? And that the elections of America and Ghana since 2008 has all been about the setup marriage between the US undercover agent and I, the number one issue troubling America, my innocent children's life. Guess what the Supreme Court of Ghana did to the fooling of the Ghanaian people? They chose the date, the 4th of March 2021, as the date for the declaration of the verdict of the Supreme Court hearing outcome on the 2020 elections. The birthday of my innocent child, Elizabeth Sarkodie. Sending intelligence message to the intelligent community of the world, of Ghana, that all that there is being done at the Supreme Court, together with the section of the media whom have captured whose man they have captured, and were playing the Ghanaian people to let them know that as though the hearing was a genuine thing. It was a fraud and a fiasco to appease interest in the U.S., interest in the United Nations, the Office of the Secretary General, in worship of the extremely dangerous U.S. undercover. They have decided that the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president, should be given to him. It was 8 years, and nothing should be changed about it. America, we are letting the Supreme Court know, the High Court, the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature of Ghana, and the traitors within America, those in the Office of the Secretary General, know that we are not stupid as the human race. We have seen the light, and we will not take the robbing of the American people's franchise this 2020, this 2024. The Ghanaian people will not take it. It is political states that are playing the electorate of Ghana and America. Already, His Excellency Benjamin Netanyahu, there is an assassination threat after his life. We are told His Excellency John Donald, they seek to assassinate him. We are told by these same evil minds, the evil minds in Ghana, they are behind that evils. They have caused the global chaos between Iraq, Iran, and all people, and we are seeing what we are seeing. We are taking our stand, and we are telling them, now we've seen the light by the grace of God. We will not take cowardly secret terrorism by the state-funded terrorist anti-Semites of Adakopi, those that are behind the evils, October 7 evils against Israel, which plight has fallen on Gaza, the Palestinians and the Israeli people. The same evil minds that are behind the Ukraine-Russia situation. The same evil minds that were behind the COVID agenda. We will not take it anymore. We will continue to demand justice against the new terrorists of Adakopi. And as much as Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Boko Haram are gone after, we must go after the new terrorists of Adakopi who have made mansions, money, cars, business opportunities at the expense of the blood of their own people. We must, Israel, Palestine, Russia, Ukraine, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, ICC Hague, America, Ghana, United Kingdom, all the nations of the world, CIA, FBI, those that are courageous and stand with the human race, you must go after the new terrorists of Ghana and destroy them all before they destroy the human race. Back up! Your life is not more important than any Ghanaian life. Your life is not more important than the life of His Excellency John Ivan Tufiata Mills or His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, which you people, by your evils, have destroyed and have destroyed on the nations. God bless you. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. We shall continue this week. God willing, on Saturday, another is coming. America, don't let them rob you of your trust. Ghana, we shall not see. Bye-bye.